Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Like, share, subscribe.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you. And I think you'll have to listen. Because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day.
We won't stop. We will not stop.
Sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so right. It's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart. Doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now
See this?
I
How you cannot go
Baby,
here?
baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give. Something's telling me it's right.
Neighbors and the
When you
community
came to me,
compelled to
who are
scour
you?
the area.
It's you, yeah, boy.
Where does the fault lie on you?
Hey family, come right on in, you guys. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. You guys, I want to give a shout out for the first 3 people that came in here. You get your tickets as Woke to God. She's number 1. Miss Didi, you're number 2. And Crystal Powers, you're number 3. Thank you guys for showing up and hitting those popcorns. You're getting them, you're getting them, you're getting them. I'm putting your tickets on in there right now. That's what it is, So you guys, I came on in because I got out of class and, handling some business. And I got the good news. It came down really quick. You guys know I've been following the Young Thug case. We've been following so much Taylor. Where is Taylor Casey? She's the young lady that's missing from the Bahama yoga retreat. And so we're following that. We're looking into what's going on there. And also we're looking at the Young Thug RICO case that is in Fulton County, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm really intrigued with that case. And, I had this weird experience on the way home. I was driving home and something came to my thinking, and I don't know what you guys may think about it. Let me give a shout out. Let me say hello to everybody that came on in here. First, I say Woke to God, Miss Didi, Crystal Powers, Valerie Montgomery, Sanja Watts is in the building. Thank you guys for showing on up. I don't know why I'm so intrigued with this this Young Thug RICO trial. It is amazing to me. But The news is that Judge Glanville, you guys know he's been presiding over that case. And he did not want to recuse himself because what happened was, and I don't know if you guys know, they had a meeting with one of the witnesses that was, guess what? He was already sworn in. He first said he didn't want to testify. He was going to take the Fifth Amendment. And they brought him in. He had a substitute attorney named Kayla Bumpkins that was supposed to just help him while his attorney was out of town. Allegedly. I told you guys, some ain't right about all of this. But anyway, his attorney did not want him to get on the stand. Matter of fact, his attorney said, y'all gonna kill him. Y'all gonna get him killed. And he said, F y'all. He said, F you. That's what he wrote to one of the prosecutors, Miss Love. Her name was Andrea Love. Y'all trying to get him killed. Like, he didn't want to testify. You know, and anyway, he shows up to this ex parte meeting. That's a new word for us, and we're wearing it well. We're doing it. And they had the two prosecutors in there. That's Miss Hilton and Miss Love. And then they had the court reporter in there. I can't remember what her name is. I think it starts with a K, like Christina or something like that. And then they had deputies in there and you name it. But Miss Kayla Bumpkins said it was like about 14 people in there. She may have been off one or two, but 14, including Woody and Kayla, which makes only but two. Let's say if it was 10 people in there, you would have Woody and Kayla. That's his stand-in attorney. Then you have the judge, and you have the reporter. And then even if it was only but 10 and not 14, take it, that's 6 more people, which is, I know Hilton was in there. And her name is, I don't know why I want to call that girl Sabrina. Her name is not Sabrina. Monica, I can't remember what her name is, but we'll just call her Miss Hilton. So you got Woody, Kayla, the judge, the reporter, and then you got Miss Hilton, and then you got Miss Love. That's 6. Then you've got 4 other people. Remember, Woody would always say, they always locking me up. They put handcuffs on me, you know. So it was kind of intimidating to have him in that situation saying, you need to go on here. He did, you know, to be honest with you, if I was in an ex parte and the judge is there and the attorneys is there and they're like, you need to go ahead and do this. This is the only way you get to go home, blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And remember, he was in jail, so they had to bring him from the jail. He was in handcuffs. And here's the funny thing about the whole situation. That when he finally said, okay, I'll do it, you know, I mean, he was pressured. He was like, okay, I'll do it. He told them 2 or 3 times, I don't want to do it. I want to take the 5th. I just want to take the 5th. They was like, no, this is the only way we can hold you. We're not only holding you with this trial, we'll hold you for the other 26. So we can hold you until whenever. And so he's thinking to himself, what the heck is going on? Kayla, really? You know what? I try to say a lot about her in a good way, in a good open way. And, I mean, she gets people out of jail because, I mean, if you're an attorney, you know, and things of that nature. But, as far as speaking for me, I don't think I would hire her. I just don't think I would hire her. You know, she done started her YouTube, and I just don't think I would hire her. I just don't. Now, you know, like, if they're trying not to give me a bond or something, yeah, I'll probably hire her for that. But as far as civil or criminal attorney, no, baby. She would not get my vote. I'm just saying, And I'm not talking bad about her because she's a young black girl and she just started. She's 7 years in. She got to start somewhere. But I mean, she's learning as she's growing, and that's what it's all about. Now, if I had no money and she'll help, yeah, and that's where a lot of people are at. So she's gonna get a lot of experience in time. But I would want an older person to represent me if I'm in a criminal. But see, Woody's not on the stand as far as the criminal. He's the witness. And so anyway, the good news is, if you guys don't already know, nada, all right. The good news is that the judge, Cross, remember I told you she really did not want to look over the case of should he be recused or not. I guess that she did end up, reciting over it and looking through the information. She let down Judge Glanville very easily. She was like, just because the public's interest and they think that there could be something shisty going on, that's the only really reason why she's going to recuse him and get another judge, because they don't want to come back and say, oh, there's a mistrial because y'all went ahead and let him, and look what happened. Because we done, so the best thing they could have done, and I told y'all, oh, he's going to have to step down no matter what. He's going to have to step down, because what he did do is open himself up to being a witness, to them intimidating a witness right in front of him, hearing things he wasn't supposed to hear, and I'm gonna tell you, watching the whole trial, and it ain't over. It's, what, they done halted for a minute. He didn't want to do that. He was like, no, I can do this. You know what? You probably can, but the way that you're acting is so aggressive. I wouldn't want you to be the judge if it was my child. I just wouldn't want you to. She said, I'm so glad he's out of there. Exactly. He's out of there. But, okay, so now they're going to have to get another judge. And I don't know if they're going to have to start, from day one. I don't think they have to start from day one and go over this, because the judge does not have to make the decision. He has 12 jurors to make the decision. But they're going to have to get another judge in there. And I'm hoping that they're asking for a judge that is not in the same district as Judge Glanville. Because, sometimes you can get out of the frying pan and in right up in the fire. But, hey, if you already in the frying pan and it's hot and you're in the kitchen and it's hot and you're trying to get out, the best thing to do, not just stay in there, the best thing to do is get out of the kitchen. So sometimes you got to put people out the kitchen. They burning stuff up. In Glanville, he seemed like he wanted the world to know that was his courtroom, what you will do and what you can't do. And he was threatening people too. He was like, you're sliding on thin ice and you better watch yourself, because he's letting them know, hey, if you show out in here, he told attorneys, he was like, you're on thin ice, letting them know, next time you in my courtroom, I am definitely going to eat you up. Like, don't make me into no fool. So Judge Glanville was holding his weight. Sometimes they say holding his balls, holding his nutsacks, whatever you want to say. He was letting them know he the man. He the man. And he gonna, that was his courtroom. And y'all not just gonna kick him off of a case because y'all think he was impartial, which he was. He was wrong. And I'm just gonna say that. And I don't know him, but if they were saying that ex parte meeting was all about Woody's safety, Woody was already locked up. Matter of fact, when they said, okay, Woody said, I'll go ahead and testify, they was like, let's get him some clothes. Let's get him some clean clothes. We got some clothes to fit him. Woody said, nah, I don't need no clean clothes. I want to go in there just like this, handcuffed and everything, so they can see how y'all doing me. I don't want to look all cleaned up and going in the courtroom telling on people. Woody said, Woody was smart. Woody was like, I want to go in there looking like I done gave y'all a run for y'all money and y'all been locking me up. And yeah, I'm going to say whatever, because I'm going to tell you something, you guys. I don't know if you ever, I know some of you guys been through interrogation and interviews with FBI's or police or whatever, when they lock you up to the table or lock you up to the floor. But if you ever been through that situation, sometimes, you know, that loose lip will sink ships. I mean, hey, it cracks the best of us, you know, and they start using certain words. But you know what? The only word you have to say is, the only thing you have to say is, I want an attorney. Hello, I need an attorney. I don't know what y'all talking about. Shut up and say I need an attorney. I need an attorney. And so while they were in this ex parte, remember, Kayla was supposed to be the stand-in attorney, but she wasn't supposed to represent him in a criminal anything. Yes, that's the magic word, attorney. That is the magic word. It ain't peanut butter. It's attorney. I need an attorney. Hey, changes things. It changes things. It stops people from coming at you. There's certain things you have to say. You know, it's just like if somebody's trying to jump on you, rob you or whatever. Don't say help, help, help. Say fire, fire. Guess what? People come. You say help, people run, because people don't want to be involved. There's certain words you got to use. That's just the magic of it, you guys. You got to know those certain words. So with all that, trust and believe, they got Glanville out of there because it was not going good for the defense. Now, like I was saying, I had epiphany on my way home, and I don't know where it came from, but I kind of thought to myself, and maybe I can, get some kind of understanding by just speaking it out into the atmosphere. But I was just thinking, I was like, this world is coming to like the criminals and hating the good people that are not the criminals. Like I'm seeing certain people reaching out, and I'm not saying Woody's a bad person, but I couldn't have Woody being my friend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You got to save your own tail. You know what I mean? So I get it, but Woody is really in a bad situation. Matter of fact, I hear he just got on a plane and got out of town. So maybe that's the reason why he got out of town. It was just the other day. He was at the airport. Somebody slipped and said he was getting on the plane coming up out of Georgia. And here's the thing, and it's funny because if a person's got all of these charges on them and all these charges and they on probation and parole or something, how is he leaving town? But he was at the airport and he was leaving, and Kayla Bumpkus was coming in, and I was like, how is he leaving town when he's on probation? They don't normally let you leave town when you're on parole and probation. They just don't. Okay? Come on, y'all. Y'all know if you've been in the system, they don't let you just leave town because of what? He's a known felon. Not just guns, and he had another charge before and they dropped that. And I mean, he said he got a rap sheet that, I mean, it's almost longer than I-35. Little stuff. So this is the weird thing about this whole case. Check this out. They haven't, only thing I see that could be potentially a problem, but it's not a charge against the YSL. I think I'm saying it right. Young Slime Life. I don't know if it's Young Slime Life or Young Successful Life or whatever they want to call it. A group, a gang, a record label, whatever. They have different gang members, when you're in the Crips or the Bloods or whatever. And I didn't know that. I just thought Bloods was Bloods and Crips was Crips and everything else was just something else. But I guess Bloods can be YSL or they can be, I guess they can't be Crips because, I mean, if you wear a certain color or whatever. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like me coming out, I don't know because I've changed my life and I'm not out there but I do hear what they're saying. That doesn't make it true. The way that I see it, you guys, and I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not saying if they call themselves a gang, that's fine. It's not illegal. It's not illegal to be in a gang. Woody could have asked for a travel pass. Oh, okay. So see, so you know something more than I do. Somebody could have died or whatever, or they moved him. They moved him, and maybe he is going to get some protection because that would increase the prosecution case if they really got to get him some protection, So, but they usually don't tell people, and they ain't said nothing about, oh, you're going to get some protection. Last time I heard, Woody wasn't going to get no protection. Hey, Nancy, how you doing? Hey, Ruby, what's going on? Ruby and Diane is in the building. How you guys doing? Come on in, share the live. Click like, you guys. Click like and share. Okay? So, anywho's, and hey, Lisa Taylor, I see you in the building. Somebody said, hey, Lisa. Sometimes that's how I see you guys. Somebody else got to say something, and then I see you in the building. Like Nancy say, hi, Ruby. What's going on, Ruby? All right. Hey, Danielle, I see you in the building. She said, hey, everyone. Happy Monday. So, yeah. So, things like that is happening, and I am so happy. And I thought, am I happy because somebody had to take out Peanut? But to be honest with you, they don't even know if it's Woody that took out Peanut. Because I'm looking at this and everybody thought Woody done it. So the streets have some reason to believe what they believe, So, I don't know. They're not looking for who took out Peanut. They just want to put everybody in the position that they were in a gang and they were doing these things and these things was happening. But here's the thing. Just like right now, if they call SP News Nuggets a gang, Ruby will be a part of the gang. Nancy, Woke the God, Sanja Watts will be a part of the gang. Lisa Calhoun, Diane, Lisa Taylor, Valerie will be part of the gang. Everybody gonna be part of this gang. Now the funny thing about it is we're part of a gang now. Now I'm not saying we're just using this as a hypothetical thing, you guys. We're not a gang. Didn't Woody say he did it at one time? Yeah, he did. He did say that he was gonna go in there and say he did it. And the prosecutor said, I'm not gonna let you say that, Something of that nature. Because we know you didn't. And so anyway, so if we were a gang, or we call ourselves a gang, and just say, for instance, I'm going to give a little example. I'm going to use somebody in the chat I normally don't use. Now, I'm not going to use Ruby because last time we used Ruby, they went after Ruby. And Ruby, I remember Ruby told their butts up. She was taking out people and everything. She was like, ooh, that was something else. I was like, yeah, girl, they will come after you. But Ruby said, hey, I'm going to use Lisa Taylor because Lisa Taylor, she with it and she knows that this is just a hypothetical thing. Just say Lisa Taylor went out and did something crazy, like robbed the ice cream truck, okay? But she is a part of the SP News Nugget gang. So they're trying to say that when individuals did things and they are a part of a gang, it is gang related, and that's what make it RICO. Like they're organized when it's not. these are individuals that has individuals identities, and they have hidden agendas. Like some of them in there, they might rob, but they're just a group of people that shares the street life. They might smoke weed, they might shoot dice, they might drink, they might go to the same clubs and everything, and they live on the same street, so they try to look out for each other. But all together, this is not no. But they're trying to say it's one of the biggest gangs out there and the most dangerous gang that's in Atlanta. But the funny thing about it is, I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm not taking away from anybody that wants to dress in any kind of dressing. Some of these guys, they wear fingernail polish, they wear women hats, they wear stockings, they wear gowns, they wear the long gloves, they put on the tutus, they put on their pink, they run around, and they say that this is the most dangerous gang, you guys. I'm just saying, I don't understand. I'm not saying they can't be, but okay. And then they say that they're not, they are straight, but come on now. Okay, I'm not understanding. Now they got kids and everything. They got a girlfriend, and all this other stuff, but come on. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Because being a girl in a family of nothing but boys, yeah, I like to wear pants. I wear more pants. I like to wear big shirts. But manly clothes or whatever. I don't really wear manly clothes, but you know what I'm saying. Not as feminine as I probably should be, but it's a difference. It's like when but some people are comfortable in, they're comfortable, and some of it is for publicity and marketing and things of that nature. But they say, hey, the thing about it is, a lot of people hide, and then they say, well, I can wear what I want to wear. I can do what I want to do. I could, but, and then they play around with stuff. They play around so they can get more views, more looks, more likes, more people to talk about them, more interest, things of that nature. And a lot of it is because look at Tyler Perry. He got his good break dressing up as a older woman and saying hello and all of this. He got his break, and we laughed and we giggled, and people was like, oh no, he's not gay. And then some people say he is, and then some people say he ain't, and he said he wasn't, and he was dating women. But then the gay community came out and said, yeah, you is, and we know you very well. We know you very well. And but that's just, you can go back and forth if you want. Some people, they are whatever, I don't know, extroverts or what. I don't know what you call them when you can be bi or whatever. That's why it's called the LBB. B is bi. You can have both or whatever. But what I'm saying, she says the YSL is experiencing the mimic syndrome the same way that people mimic big gangs. Exactly. Because why? Okay, so Young Thug loves Lil Wayne. He loves him. He cherishes him. He think he wants to rap like him. He wants to dress like him. He wants to be like him. He gives that man the ultimate respect. He never say anything bad, rude, crude about him or anything. If somebody say Lil Wayne did this, they say, what kind of music you like, Young Thug? He's like, Wayne. That's all he like. He don't like nothing else. He don't like nobody else. He don't follow nobody else. He just like Lil Wayne. And Lil Wayne colored his hair blonde, so Young Thug colored his hair blonde. Lil Wayne got the tattoos on his face, so Young Thug got tattoos on his face. Lil Wayne got all the earrings in his ear, so Young Thug got ear. I'm just saying, Lil Wayne is little too. He's short. I don't know how tall he is. Maybe 5'2", maybe not even 5'2". And then Young Thug is like 6'2". You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he's a nice looking fellow. And now I'm just saying, I just think so. But I mean, I never looked at Lil Wayne and said, "Oh, you're a nice looking guy." But I just don't like short guys, so it's just not appealing to me. But taller guys, yeah. And so while Young Thug is in jail, he done picked up weight, you guys, and he looking very presentable. He be sometimes wearing his turtleneck shirt. I mean, he looks, and he doesn't say anything in there. Matter of fact, when his attorney was going to jail, first he wouldn't even look at him. He just sit there like, man, I don't know what the heck is going on. This is crazy. I knew. I was looking at him. I was like, is he going to look at his attorney go to jail? His attorney took off his jacket and they was handcuffing him. He just steady looking at the table like, and then he kind of looked at him like, you really finna put your white self in the jail? I don't believe this, man. And then the attorney went up to the judge. He said, can I say something? Can I say something? And the judge was like, yes, what is it? And the judge thought that he was going to break down and be like, okay, let me tell you who told me. The attorney was like, my client do not want me to go to jail. Y'all had to see it. He said, my client does not want me to go to jail, and I can't represent him in jail, and da 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 da. And he was like, yeah, you're right, or such, because he was gonna give him like, he was like 10 days or something like that of that nature. And then after that, he was like, then he came back. I mean, Brian Steele, that is who I want to represent me. Man, he is good. And I'm going to tell you something. He turns around and he said, okay, could you see Brian Steele going to jail? He turns around and asks the judge, since I'm going to jail, could I be in the same cell as my client? So we can work on his case, because he was going to go to jail, right? So they put him in jail for maybe 2, 3, 4 hours or whatever. I don't know. I mean, you guys had to be there to get it. It was crazy. I'm just telling y'all the cliff notes of the whole situation, but oh my God. I was like, oh my goodness, this man is really... This attorney is going to go to jail for his client. That is what you need. Kayla was like, I got to stay in town. Girl, that ain't got nothing on Brian Steele. Brian Steele went to jail. You can't stay in town? Shoot. You can't represent me, sweetheart. On a traffic ticket, you might can represent me, but I want Brian Steele. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you like a T.I. is. I know real quick. If I'm in Atlanta and I'm in some trouble, I'm calling Brian Steele. I'm not calling Kayla. It ain't bad. She going to be good. Trust and believe. The girl going to be good. But right now, if I go to jail, no, Kayla is not the one I'm going to call. Nope, no sirree. Hey, Tina, how you doing? So anyway, you guys, I mean, you gotta watch it, and I mean, even if you watch little clips, you understand what I'm saying. But that was the news today. That the judge has been taken off the case, and that is good. The sad thing about it, and I'm not saying I won't. People that's doing a lot of danger and harm to be out. But if you don't have no hard evidence on what they did, you talking about he said, and you talking to a person literally is a snitch that's snitching, and we know what happens. They lie. They do lie. They lie to get money. They lie to get out of their own situation, and we don't know if he was lying or was he telling the truth. He says that himself. And I think that's the best thing that's going. That, like he said, I lie anytime that he said I can't even recall nothing because I told him so many lies. I lied anything to give me more time to think of some more stuff to tell them so I can go home because I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to go to jail. And he says that there's corruption. Woody says there's corruption in Georgia, and I believe it. I totally believe it. I haven't been there before. Believe me and my husband, he's asking, like, let's go. And I'm like, okay, let's go. What's going on there? Yeah. So anyway, you guys, that is it in a clip note of what we learned today. I don't go over the whole paperwork because, to be honest with you, it just gets crazy. And then it gets tedious. And the other thing, you guys, let's talk about real quick because a lot of y'all going, I don't really watch the case. I don't know what's going on. So I just gave you the clip notes. So now you know. So the next time we go to court in the Young Thug RICO case, it's going to be another judge. And we're going to see how this judge is going to react. Because Judge Glanville was giving props to the prosecutors, and I think he liked Miss Hilton. He was giving her all the chances in the world and everything. And I mean, as you look at these people in their professional settings, they make mistakes just like we make mistakes. But I really thought either Miss Love gave that information or Kayla. I know Kayla turned around and said, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. And everybody like, it wasn't you, Kayla. And she was like, no, heck no. She done came on YouTube, done went to the attorney channel, Cat Not William channel, and all this other channel talking about, it wasn't me. Girl, please. You know why you sitting there probably saying that very confident? Because they're not going to give out your name. They're not going to give out your name. And you know what, though? If it was her, and she going to take it to the grave with her and say, no, it was not me. It'd be her word against their word or whatever. Nevertheless, I believe Bryant Steele, whoever he got the information from, told them, I will not give out your name. And that's a type of person I want to represent me, because he said he gonna go to jail before he tell them who told him about this ex parte meeting. You never know who told him. But it really do look like Kayla. I mean, if I had to bet my money in my house, I would bet it was Kayla. I don't care. Because she be looking like, like she could said something not knowing she wasn't supposed to say something. Because if you in there and you're just substituting, you be like, this is your first time even being in an ex parte meeting. You wouldn't know that you couldn't go and tell the defense because you are a defense attorney. So why would you not be able to talk to your colleagues about this meeting that they were in there trying to entrap? You know what I'm saying? So I could see it being her. I can't see it being Miss Love after Brian Steele told her to F herself. I just believe, and that's why Glanville was like, I have a good idea who it was. Just say it. He wanted Brian Steele to say it. Brian Steele said, I'm not going to say it. And then Glanville says, you have enough. Judge Glanville said, it's going to be a problem if you don't. Brian Steele says, I got problems. He said, then Judge Glanville said, I don't want to hear about your problems. I love Brian Steele. I'm telling you that he is the man. And you know what? He's not getting enough props, but I'm telling you, you guys, If you see goodness, when you see gold, when you see pay dirt, you say, hey, that's right there is the one. I don't care. People be like, but Kayla is a woman and she black and girl, bye. Huh? I need Brian Steele to represent me all day, every day. With my life, my kids' life on the line, and everybody else on the line, my husband and you. If you tell me to come get you in Atlanta, I'm gonna go look for Brian Steele. I'm not gonna look for Kayla. No. Now, if you just need a bond out or something, we will look for Kayla. But no. But Kayla, I don't know, you guys. I put her in that driver's seat right there. I really do. I put her in the driver's seat that she was the one that that put out that information. I mean, that's just my thinking. That's just my opinion. It could. I don't know about y'all opinion. If y'all think something else or whatever, that could be your opinion. But I'm gonna tell you something. I seen it for myself that Brian Steele is a bad mamma jamma. Shut your mouth. He's bad. I'm telling you. He's bad. When I say he's bad, he's good. That bad meaning good. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all saying he's bad, but you want him. Yeah. Meaning bad. You know, like you'd be like, that's bad. You know, bad meaning good. Okay? Okay. Anyway, when I just sit back and I just picture it in my head, he's standing up there taking off his jacket, they handcuffing him. He had his head down and he was like, Judge, can I just say something? That's me. I remember when I was in front of the judge, I was fighting to keep custody of my son, and the judge was like, court is in a session or whatever. Court is whatever. Whatever the judge say when court is over with. And then I said, Judge, I just got a question. And the judge said, I said, we're done. And I was like, but Judge, I got a question. He was like, I said, I'm done now. And then they were making fun. They was laughing. Everybody in the courtroom was laughing at me. He was like, you don't understand what done means. You don't understand. I said, but I just got a question or whatever. But he made me feel like a little ant in the courtroom. And I was like, oh, God, I'm just trying to ask this question. And I put my head down and I just said, Lord, help me. You know, I just like, Lord, help me. And I might have even said it where they could hear me. I was just like, Lord, help me. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you don't know the right words to say, just call on him. Just call his name. Lord, help me, whatever. Then the judge turns around and says, what is it? What is it that you need to say that's so important? And I said, well, school is out more than it's in. Okay, since you want him to be picked up at school, and that's fine. But what about when school's out and he has the weekend? Where can I take in a safe haven place for me and my child? And the judge was like, okay, we need to figure this out. Because if we're going to figure all of this stuff out in court, basically, we need to figure out what's going to happen when school is out and he don't get the child. And I don't want him to come back and say, she wouldn't let me have my son. It was my weekend. What am I supposed to do? I can't send him to school and just drop him off. You know what I mean? So, because normally we're supposed to be doing that in have a meeting. I can't remember what it was called, but the judge had ordered us to go to this mandatory negotiating meeting, and it costs $100 every time you go, and there's one person there, and be you, him, and one person, and then y'all try to come up with a solution how to make this work. And I was like, I told him, I said, and you know what? You can go as many times as you want. If you don't never have to agree to anything. I told him, I said this. I said, my money long. I'm never going to agree. So every $100 you put up, there's going to be another $100. We're going to have to go again. It's called a mediation meeting. Every time you go, we're going to have to come back again and again and again, because I'm never going to agree. I'm never going to agree. And he knew this. So he didn't go to none of the mediations. So that's where you come up with, you get them every weekend, and I give them every Christmas. You get them every Thanksgiving. I get them on this holiday, on every other. Yes. And so we never came up to no agreement. So all of a sudden we're in court, and the judge is like, he gets them every other weekend. What do you mean every other weekend? Every other weekend starting what? You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be definite, because if he miss a weekend and then he wants to switch and swap and things get off or whatever, then now we got a problem. That's why you need to sit down in mediation and work out those holidays and those times, from 7 o'clock till 7 o'clock, not that day. And then then he's got them for 2 days, and then he's talking about, it's not fair or whatever, because people gonna do what they're gonna do. I ran that boy out of town. I ran him out of town because I told him, I said, I want a motion, because next time we go to court, I want every penny that you owe me from the day he was born. All the insurance that you were supposed to pay, I need my money. And then I want to get a, you know how you can get, ask the court to retain his W-2s for the last 2-3 years, his W-2s that he filed, because you're showing only one job and you've had 2 jobs from day one. So I want them to recalculate the 2 jobs that you've had when you've only told them you only had one. I want them to recalculate all the money you've made since this child been born that they have not put into your agreement of what you're going to pay. See, they looking at my check saying I make this money and you're only going to pay me $70 a month or $120 or $200 a month, when you got 2 jobs that you've been working for the last 5-6 years. I ain't said nothing. The devil is a lie. When you get into court, you tell everything. And that's what I was just trying to tell you guys. Don't let me know, because you're going to tell the judge why you're only paying $200 a month for a child. Okay? For a child that has full coverage insurance, that goes to the doctor, that has counseling with psychiatrists and all this, and you're only paying $200 a month. $200 don't even feed a child of that age. They eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Then you got school, you got clothes, then they got haircuts. They need money to take care of a kid. And you paying $200 a month, and I'm paying almost like $800. Because if you got custody of the child, I would have to give you $800 when you're only giving me $200. But you have not been showing all the receipts. So let's ask the court to you show your W-2s for the last 4 or 5 years. Okay? And then we're going to call all good. He hurried up and left town, because I was getting ready to send his butt to jail, because you lied to the courts about how much money you make, and all of this, and y'all getting welfare, food stamps, you're getting WIC and all this other stuff, and you got 2 freaking jobs and living with a woman that's got a job or 2. So you got more income. Hello. Don't play with me. Do not throw rocks when you're living in a glass house. That is our moral to the story today. Anyway, you guys, that's how stuff works. That's how stuff happens. And you don't, like I said, I've never had a problem with my son's dad being in his life. But don't come for me. Do not do that. Because I'm going to always do everything I can the right way. I really can. That's what I do. I don't try to take shortcuts and all this other stuff. Just like going to work. And everything you do, do it the best. Do it the right way. So nobody can come back and say, oh, you clocked in late and then somebody clocked you in and blah, blah, blah. No, when I go to work, I leave early. So I clock in on time. I don't have to have somebody clocking in for me and all this other stuff. I don't do that. You might do it and get away with it. Me, I won't get away with it. You know why? Because I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want to do everything right. If I'm at work, I clock in. People be trying to tell and stuff. They be like, I say, I'm going on lunch. They like, okay. So I ended up going to the basement, getting some equipment, and I'm down there fiddle-faddling around with some stuff when I come back. And so another nurse says, well, the CNA told me that you went to lunch. And I was like, no, I went to go get me some supplies. I thought about going to lunch, but I changed my mind. She was like, oh, that quick, somebody telling your business. So then I walk up to the girls and I said, hey, I haven't went on lunch yet. She was like, oh, I thought you went to lunch. Here's the CNA. So where was you all this time? I looked at her. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm asking you. Yeah, you asking me like, I don't need to tell you. Like, what makes you think I need to answer to you? That was just so weird to me. I kind of looked at her and I was like, I was working. That's all I have to tell you. I was doing my job. Thank you very much. I wouldn't tell you nothing because you run your mouth. Had I went to lunch and said, hey, I'm going to lunch, but I ain't going to clock out. You know what I'm saying? And nobody would have known. She would have already went and told. You know what I'm saying? So you be careful if you stay doing the right thing. When somebody want to always come and tell your business like they know. I've had doctors try to come and tell my business like they know. Swear up and down. No, you're lying. No, that's not in my report. And I said, well, go pull it up. Go pull it up. Now, don't go pull up what you got. Go pull up what this is over here that's been in the files from day one. Go pull that up. That's what you need to pull up. Go pull up when I was 5, not when I'm 45. Go pull up when I was 5. And then tell me if your findings that now that you know, they had to come back to me and say, I'm sorry. But you this good doctor, you know so well. And it makes me mad because people will take a title and then want you to honor them like they something. You know what I'm saying? When, like I said, it doesn't matter who they are or who people are. Make sure you cross your T's, dot your I's. Don't try to tell nobody all what's going on. Because the minute you tell somebody, you thinking you telling them all what's going on, they gonna have the story all mixed up the next time they tell it. And they gonna tell somebody because they listening. You know what the good book tells you? That, you know, one thing you can tell, people have itching ears. You know what itching ears mean? They just can't wait to hear something and they can't wait to go tell it. And my mama said when a person come and tell you something, just remember, they came and told you. That means anything you tell them, they will go and tell other people. Be very careful. Unless you guys have an agreement, like don't go telling nobody this or whatever. Now, that don't mean all agreements stand. Things can be broken, especially when people get mad at you. So be careful what you tell people. They be like, oh, you told me this, and I know this about you, and I know that about you. He. And you know, they don't know who they playing with. Because see, some people do stuff like that. And a person like me, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'll catch the next flight up out of here. Hello? And won't say a word. I'm not going to argue with you. but you will see me, or you won't. I don't know. But that's the kind of mannerism I have. That's why I don't get mad. I don't argue with people. I don't get mad because I know I will take it to the next level when you done forgot about it. I won't. I'll just be like, And some people be like, she not going to argue with you. She ain't going to defend herself. You might wake up and see me. So I don't get mad. I don't argue. I don't even want to hear it. I had one of my best friends, and I won't say best, but she is pretty cool. I guess she is a best friend, but she's not my bestie, but she is a best friend. Told me something about somebody that I hadn't heard from, seen in like 4 or 5 years. And it's somebody that I don't care for. And I was like, why you bring that up? Like, I don't care what they doing or what they said, or I don't even care to hear their name. I haven't heard this person's name in 4 or 5 years, and you just brought it up. And the funny thing about it, I didn't know you know that I know them. And you're like, I don't want to talk about people. Especially when I don't care for you. Like, say, for instance, if I didn't care about Tina Powers, guess what? After time, I have not spoken to Tina. I have not seen Tina. We don't talk about Tina. I have even forgotten her name. The minute you bring it up, I'm wondering what the heck really going on, because guess what? I don't even remember her name. How can you know what I'm saying? I can't even have anger in my heart with her if I can't even remember her name. So why are you bringing somebody up in my past that I couldn't even remember their name? See what I'm saying? So that's crazy. But you got to pay attention to people and watch people, whatever. You guys, anyway, she said, I try to clock in early so that way the office knows that I'm in the building. Exactly. Yeah. Anyway, you guys, be careful. Be careful out there. I wasn't able to retrieve the video that I wanted to retrieve, because something just tells me to leave it alone on the Taylor Casey part, Some tells me to leave it alone. But that doesn't mean, I'm not looking for it. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I just wanted to give y'all the information that was going on. Remember, we are going to probably have a live video this weekend coming up, because we only got this weekend and next weekend, and then we got our giveaway coming up. And I want everybody to be able, or my mods, to get their tickets. The family that is subscribed to the channel to get their tickets. And so be ready to, if you see something that's going to be an announcement that says, hey, mods, come get your tickets, I'm only going to deal with mods that day. If you see subscribers, come and get your tickets. If you subscribe to this, not subscribers, but if you did join the channel, you got free tickets. I want you guys to make sure you get those benefits there. You guys, I'm gonna get off of here. You guys have a good evening, and always, just be good to everybody. Bye.